This is the engineering summary updates for the sprint ending on July 6, 2021. This sprint, we primarily worked on invoice and payments and Ciudad Morazan. For invoice and payments, we worked on a plan management feature in which we added a Save Plan primary button on the purchase plan page. We wanted to work on payment breakdown and the ability to accept payment towards multiple plans, but we didn't get to work on those two features as we didn't like the designs. We also added an NRC filter options on the payment search box. What we completed but not planned was an improved navigation between transaction and plans. We added a view all transactions from the plan list screen and a new plan filtering ability on the user's transaction list. And we added a record a payment floating button at the bottom of the page. For Ciudad Morazan, we researched how to improve SMS speed for login codes and realized that we should probably move to username and password instead, which will allow us not to send any SMS at all. We wanted to research an offline mode, but we didn't get to do that as we didn't have enough time. For localization, we fixed two issues, one which had to do with the search language and it had to be internationalized, and a time issue in which the time was not being reflected as a community time for Ciudad Morazan and was only using the browser time. For the guard flow, we actually worked on setting certain fields as required on manual entry, and we added a free text field for observation and comments and on entry. We did not have the time to add a note observation on exit. We added a confirmation screen that an entry had been logged or scanned, and the ability to grant access on upcoming visits. We also added an observation tab to a logbook and removed a few steps from the guard flow. We changed the get hours based on the community, and we improved the phone number entry on the user profile page. What we're doing next sprint, two main areas, invoice and payment and Ciudad Morazan. For invoice and payment, we will work on payment breakdown and the ability to accept payment towards multiple plans. And we're going to work on a much bigger use case called plan management, in which we will be creating a plan from the user detail plan list page and the ability to view plan details, as well as the ability to transfer plan, cancel plans, and the ability to add a co-owner to the plan. For Ciudad Morazan, we want to work on translating the form module and the action flow module. And this leads to working on a full use case, which is a custom form and workflow for Ciudad Morazan, on which we will have to modify and improve what we already have, such as the ability to upload PDF and retrieve PDFs, as well as the ability to submit a form multiple times. We also need to build a management screen for the data submitted by our form module and a reporting module for the data submitted by our form module. We also want to work on maps and make the maps multi-tenant. In terms of designs, we want to work on various map improvements and make the map visible. Now, the design section means that we will not be working on it per se, but we will actually work on the design of. This sprint, we worked on 45 merge requests, which is 15% more merge requests than last sprint. It's actually pretty good, considering that it's about 10 merge requests per engineer. There were 65 issues in the sprint. We completed 47 of them, which means that there's 18 left. The code coverage has not moved. The highlight and the lowlights, we want to complete full use cases every sprint. The sprint was the guard flow and the transaction navigation. Our goal is really to have completed design and flows before the sprint begins. We are now deploying to production every day, Monday through Thursday. And we hired somebody new. So for the past two sprints, we actually have two new engineers and they will both start in August. So coverage, goal versus actual in terms of code coverage, this has not changed very much. Our goal is still 80%. The code coverage is 77.65. In terms of merge requests, we are much higher. Our goal was 22 merge requests and we are now 45. In terms of known vulnerabilities, we are now at 42 and our goal is 10.